Welcome back to New Rockstars. It is now time to move on to some more bite-sized questions, and we got some mailed submissions this week, so hit me.
Yeah, I've got the questions here, but I went ahead and forwarded the mail to you.
Oh, you did? Hold on.
So I wouldn't have to touch anything.
Yeah, well, oops, too late.
So first up, I have from Cal Su. What is Gamora's sword, Godslayer, made of? It can kill Asgardians. Can it kill Celestials? Would Thor it up with Godslayer and never have needed to go get Stormbreaker?
Filup, when you opened your mouth a little bit there, I just heard like a tone. I have no idea what you said because we do all of our own censoring ourselves now during this quarantine period. Anyway, I assume you said Okay, well, Godslayer is one of the most powerful weapons in the Marvel Universe. Its substance is undefined, but in the MCU, we know of 4 interesting metals that are fictional. So we have Uru.
Number 1.
We have Vibranium.
2.
There's Adamantium, which I don't think has been introduced in the MCU yet, but we know it's coming. And then Yaka. That's what Yondu's arrow is made out of. So we know Gamora used the Godslayer to kill the Obelisk. All their other weapons weren't working. That's the one thing that did. But when she tried to use the dagger that was in the hilt of the Godslayer to kill Thanos, it didn't work in the Infinity War movie. He had 3 Infinity Stones, so maybe it might have worked if he didn't have the stones, but either way, it failed. But I would say if this Godslayer can kill Asgardians, my assumption is that it's made of Uru, and was probably forged in Nidavellir. That's like their big armory in the MCU, and that's where everyone goes to get their weapons. And Uru, as we know from Mjolnir, Loki's fear of Mjolnir, Uru can kill an Asgardian, or someone at that level. Now, Thanos is not a Celestial. He's an Eternal with a deviant gene, but probably it looks like he could not be killed with Godslayer, but he was absolutely vulnerable to Stormbreaker. That's how he got his head chopped off in Endgame. So, using that logic, Godslayer is weaker than Stormbreaker, and when Thor went to Eitri on Nidavellir to ask for the one weapon that could kill Thanos, Eitri's like, okay, I got one that can do this, it's Stormbreaker. So Godslayer by comparison is not as powerful, and it probably could not kill Celestial to answer your question. So the one Celestial we know who has died, Ego died in Guardians Volume 2, but the Celestial's severed head that became nowhere, that Celestial was killed by Null, that's the symbiote Clintar god in the comics, using All Black the Necro Sword, which that sword itself was like forged using some kind of because comics thing. It's like the shadow of Null's evil spirit. So that's how that was able to kill Celestial. And actually, interesting, Gorr the Godbutcher carries the Necro Sword, so we might actually see that origin story in Thor 4 from what happened in Nowhere. But to answer your question, no, Godslayer could not kill Celestial, might be able to kill an Eternal or an Asgardian.
Now, I have a question. Can you say 5 times fast, in Thor 4, she forges Mjolnir of Uru in Nidavellir?
That's a lot of words to say anything. So in Thor 4, she forges Mjolnir in Nidavellir using Uru. In Thor 4, she uses Mjolnir to nope.
And you got the order wrong. I'm sorry, I'm ending this call.
Bye.
So if you want your rights back and you want Oklahoma to change, be sure and do that for me.
But before we continue, thank you to Displate for sponsoring this video. So Displate makes these high quality art prints on metal. They have lots of great artist designs from the worlds of gaming, anime, comics. Check out some of my favorite Marvel, DC, and Star Wars displays using the link in the description. So here's how it works. They mount on your wall with the help of a magnet. No tools needed, no holes in the wall. Egg. That lets you easily rotate pieces in and out, so your zoom background can go from a stylized Stormtrooper helmet to the poster for Thor Ragnarok in less time than it takes to say Hulk smash. Displate, you can build collections of the things you're passionate about right on your wall. And this is great. With every Displate that you buy, you plant 1 tree through Displate's partnership with the nonprofit Trees for the Future. Again, you gotta check out some of my favorite Marvel, DC, Star Wars Displates and get your own using the link in the description, and you get a special discount. You'll be supporting our channel and making some major upgrades to your walls. So click that link and get your own Displate.
Hey, we're back. All right, this next question, you should have it there, and it came with a special gift, but I'll just say real quick while you pull that out, Just a simple question. Which wrestlers beside John Cena or The Rock would make really good heroes or villains in the MCU?
Oh, okay. So this is our friend
Powers.
Rich Powers, great name, sent us this letter.
Yeah.
And he also sent us these awesome enamel pins that he makes. This is Zombie Iron Man. This is amazing. Thanks, dude. I'll be wearing this because if you send me anything, I will wear it on camera. This shirt was also mailed to me by musician Christopher James, who said, you don't have to promote me, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give you a shout out because you're a great musician. And he sent me a shirt. Send me any shirts, guys. I don't wanna buy shirts anymore. And it could be a shirt you already own that you just don't wanna wear anymore. I'll wear it, I'll wash it, I'll wear it.
Or that body condom from last week.
Yeah, I'm currently wearing that. It's stretched so thin. Wrestlers for the MCU.
I was doing real good, yeah. I was styling out there like a champion, yeah. But guess who shows up for no reason at all?
Okay, interesting question because The Rock and John Cena have both kind of set an interesting standard for playing superheroes in movies. So we have Dave Bautista was a wrestler, and now he's like our MCU wrestler. But The Rock like refuses to lose in movies. He refuses to ever play the bad guy, and he is still slated to play Black Adam, but he's going to be probably like an anti-hero version of Black Adam. So it kind of limits our options of how we could see these people. But I would like to see Brock Lesnar play Ben Grimm, the Thing. I think his body structure fits that, and he doesn't have to be a great actor because he's gonna be covered in rocks.
As long as he looks like poop.
That's all you really need.
Just saying.
So that'd be. I think a lot of the other good roles are taken. I mean, maybe AJ Styles as Namor. That could be interesting because he kind of looks like he could be an underwater thing. And I would say Roman Reigns as Namor, but then people would compare him too much to Khal Drogo, Aquaman. So you need someone who kind of looks different.
Oh yeah, that's true. Next question.
Yeah.
Dave Sargent has this one, also sent, you shoved the letter there. Okay, yeah, there you go. If Johnny Storm loses his voice, I love this question, does he lose the ability to flame on?
Yeah. And thank you for the Dunder Mifflin letterhead here, the People Persons Paper people. Okay, so that's a very interesting question. To answer your question, Dave, it depends on why he lost his voice, okay? So if Johnny Storm lost his voice by just screaming himself hoarse at a concert, he could probably still just like whisper or rasp flame on and still like light up. But if the issue was he lost his voice as it's either a symptom or a cause of like lost confidence, then he might not be able to flame on, because in the comics, whenever Johnny has like inner doubts or he's not feeling confident, he does temporarily lose his abilities. So he needs to be confident. The reason he says flame on is to kind of just like work himself up. But it's not like the flame powers themselves are voice activated like an Alexa or a Siri or something. It's he just kind of says it as an exclamation.
What if like MacGruber like rips out his vocal cords?
Well, then he might die at that point. But like either way, I bet
can he flame on as he goes?
Presumably, if Johnny Storm was mute or deaf, he could sign flame on and still flame on.
That makes sense.
He could write it down. He could text it. He could tweet flame on, and he could flame on.
That's also how you reverse a fart.
Yeah, you tweet flame on. A reminder that you can help us go even deeper down these dark paths by becoming an official patron, and you can join us on Discord at patreon.com/newrockstars.
On there you can submit questions, but also I want to challenge you guys to ask a question that's really gonna put Erik on the spot. I can't be this bad.
Yes, you can. You can be worse. Well, you can get audio versions of this show by subscribing to New Rockstars on wherever you get your podcasts. The Big Question is the name of the show. Thanks to everyone who submitted questions this week, especially those who mailed stuff in. We love doing it.
Yeah.
We love getting mail from you guys. You can send in mail at our P.O. Box address listed down below, and send us questions on Twitter everywhere by using the hashtag Big Question. You can follow me at EA Voss, follow Filup at Filup Molina, and you can follow New Rockstars on social media, and subscribe here on YouTube to get much more information on all the stuff you care about, even the horrifying crimes that people commit that you don't want to think about.
Yeah, tell us in the comments what crimes you've gotten away with,
Yeah.
and your home address and name.
All right, see you guys next week.